What is up, my people? Kiwami Games here. Welcome back. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope everybody's having a beautiful, wonderful day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you all for stopping by. And today I have something very special, bro. I have some spicy, caliente, off the meter replays against Tearlaments. And very quickly, I just did a couple changes to our Ice Jade deck from my previous video, and one of the things that I added was just 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent and a 3rd copy of the Max C. I added a 3rd copy of our Ice Jade Cradle. I was just trying to make the deck a little more consistent. I was playing around with Kurikata as well, so I would take it in and out here and there. At the end of the day, I decided to keep it out. But yeah, for the most part, these were just the small changes that I did to try to make the deck a little more consistent, to try to get more ways of drawing cards so that we can draw into the Cosmo lock as quickly as we can. And then I also reduced the field spell by 1, so we're running 2 field spell now. But other than that, everything is the same. So I really don't want to make this intro too long. I don't want to waste time because I really think you guys are going to enjoy these replays. They're just crazy. So without further ado, let's jump into the replays. Welcome to our first replay. And our hand is actually kind of whack, I'm not gonna lie, but that's what makes this replay even the more crazy, bro. So we have our Ice Jade Cradle, which we're gonna activate so that we can search for our Ice Jade Agrin. Okay, then Agrin is gonna be our starter. Okay, then with Agrin, we are going to search for our field spell. And then the field spell is gonna allow us to special summon our Cosmoclore. Alright. And then that's all she wrote. We set down Cosmic Cyclone and we just have a Maxi and an Ash Blossom. And our opponent, you guessed it, we're going up against the almighty Tearlaments. Alright, so he's going to activate his Keldo, send the Kelbic to the graveyard. He's going to search for the Agito, so he's going to mill. Alright, he's going to activate all those bad boys. And I'm cool, bro. I'm like, this whole time, I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'm cool with it. Go ahead, send everything that you want to the graveyard, because little does my opponent know that that's exactly where I'm sending him to. I'm sending him to the graveyard with this game. Alright, so he milled I don't know how many cards. Now he's activating the Hopness. He's going to go into the Kaleido Heart. Alright. Then the Sheeran is going to activate. And then with the Sheeran, he's going to make the Kit Kalos. He's just going to pop off, bro. You know, typical Tearlament stuff. Alright, then with the Kaleido Heart, he's going to bounce back my Cosmic Cyclone. I'm going to activate my creation so that I can trigger the Rukalos. Alright, but he didn't want to... I'm sorry, not the Rukalos. I was going to try to trigger the Kaleido Heart to see if he would have sent this card back instead, because I can search it. But anyways, he's going to go into an Abyss Dweller now. Okay, now he's going to activate the Kit Kalos. He's going to then activate the Kit Kalos. He's going to activate the Merly, so he's going to fusion summon even more. Then from here, I believe he's going to go into the Rukalos. But before all of that, you know, he's got to search, he's got to draw, he's got to do everything. And I'm cool, bro, I'm cool. Like, I held on to my Ash Blossom. I could have activated this a long time ago, but I'm like, you know what? We're cool. Let's just hang tight. Alright, so he's got the Rukalos. He's got the Sulliek in hand. Okay, now I thought that he was done. So I activate my field spell so that I can reduce everything by 1500. Because he had a full board and I thought he was done. But my man is not even done yet. So now he's going to go into the Sprite Elf. And you already know what he's up to. Cyber Stain. Okay, so now with the Cyber Stain, he's going to attack. I'm going to activate Agrin. But Agrin is going to get negated by the Rukalos. So I was going to try to special summon a monster. But the Rukalo is going to negate it. But it's all good. It's all good. Alright, now he cannot attack over my Cosmoclore, so it's back to us. And now, here we go. Y'all ready for the craziness? Okay, so we activate the Agrin. He's going to hit us with the Infinite Impermanence. I'm going to quick effect the Agrin. And then he's going to Maxi me. And now I activate my Ash Blossom. After all this time, now we activate the Ash Blossom. And then I'm going to hit him with the Cosmic Cyclone. And now you're wondering, wait a minute. Cosmic Cyclone, exterior, what's going on here? Why he's not negating? Well, this is where our lock comes in handy. So we have our field spell, and we have Ice Jade Cosmoclore. So now Cosmoclore reads, while Ice Jade See No Enion Cradle is on the field, which is our field spell, monsters your opponent controls can only activate their effects the turn they are summoned. So all of these monsters, he activated it during his turn. So now they're all turned off. They cannot activate. So that's why the exterior cannot negate my Cosmic Cyclone. And then that's why also the Rukalos cannot activate while I special summon some monsters. Alright, now with these two monsters, I'm going to first now reduce everything by 1500 again. And then I'm going to go into our boss monster. And now over here, the reason why I reduced the Cosmoclore is because I have a second Cosmoclore that I can special summon. And my idea was that I was going to go into the Egyptian God Slime, which the Egyptian God Slime is a crazy card in this deck too. Because it says your opponent monsters cannot target for attacks, and your opponent cannot target with card effects any monster you control except Egyptian God Slime. So this creates like another protection for our monsters. Okay, then we're going to activate Tremora. Then the creation is going to attach itself to one of our Ice Jade monster. Okay, then the Tremora is going to special summon the Kingfisher. Then we're going to special summon our second Cosmoclore. And our opponent is going to scoop, bro. We made him scoop. We made him scoop. This right here was just well deserved, bro. You don't know how great this victory felt right here, bro. This is like that time when you had like a crush on that girl since you were like 2 years old, and then you finally found out that this whole time she's been in love with you too. That's how much of a great feeling this was to have this victory. A freaking victory over Tearlaments is just wonderful, my guys. Wonderful. All right, let's go kick some more Tearlaments ass. What is up, my people? Welcome back. Alright, we have our second spicy replay. And you already know we're going up against Tearlaments one more time. So we activate the Cradle so we can search for our Cosmoclore. Normal summon Agrin. Then he's going to activate Hafnes. So I'm going to activate our Maxi. And then just very quickly, we did get a little lucky because we have Cosmoclore and we have our field spell and we have Ice Jade Curse. So we have the trifecta here. So we have 100% luck. Alright, so he's going to mill a couple cards. He milled the Sharon, I believe. So the Sharon is going to activate. The Sulliek is going to activate. Okay, so he's going to add a Rhino Heart to his hand. And then with the Sharon, he's going to fusion summon. And he's going to go into his Kit Kalos. Alright, pretty ideal of a Tearlaments player. Alright, then the Kit Kalos is going to send the Hafnes, and the Hafnes is going to fuse, and he's going to make a Rule Kalos. Alright, so now he can negate if I try to do any special summoning. Alright, so I activate the field spell, I activate the curse, and now I special summon my Cosmoclore. So now his Rule Kalos is turned off. Okay, then we special summon our creation, and then with creation and Agrin, we're going to make our boss monster. Then we're going to activate Triple Tactics Talent so we can draw 2 cards. Alright, and we draw... Now this manifestation, this card right here is amazing, bro. So the first effect is if you control a water monster and your opponent has a monster on their field or graveyard, you can take an Ice Jade monster from your deck and either send it to the graveyard or special summon it, right? But the second effect is crazy. So the second effect is... If a face-up Ice Jade monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card, except by being destroyed, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls, and you can banish it, bro. So I can banish one of his monsters with this card in the graveyard. Crazy. Okay, so then the creation is going to activate to attach itself to the Ice Jade Ymir. Then the Kingfisher is going to attach itself to the Cosmoclore. So real quick, let's see what's going on here. So the Kingfisher says you can equip this card to an Ice Jade monster, and that monster can attack while it's in defense position. So the Kingfish, the Cosmoclore can attack with 3000 defense, And then the creation, you can attach it to a monster, and then the equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense for each banished monster. Alright, so that's what we're working with right now. Alright, so it's our opponent. Let's see what he's gonna do. Alright, he's gonna activate the field spell, and I'm gonna activate Gimir. And then Gimir is gonna say you can activate this effect. Face-up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effect this turn. Then, if you activated this effect in response to your opponent's card or effect, you can banish that card. So I activated this to banish his field spell, because the field spell can kind of screw us up. If he shuffles any monsters back to his hand or the deck, he can pop my field spell or he can pop my curse, and then that can really fuck us up. Alright, and then sorry, I was talking over it. So like I was mentioning the manifestation, because with the Kurikara he sent my monster to the graveyard. So now I was able to activate the manifestation. So I banished it from the graveyard, and then that allowed me to banish his Rule Kalos. So now we have one girl down out of about like 20 more girls to go. I'm getting tired of these mermaids. Alright, so we get our second Cosmoclore. Then we're going to activate the field spell, but he's going to hit us with the Meta Noise. And then the field spell is, whenever a monster is normal or special summon, we can target a monster, reduce that monster's attack by its current attack, and then our opponent is also going to lose the same attack power. Okay, then the Sharon is going to activate. He's going to fusion summon into another Kit Kalos. But he is still under the lock, so his Kit Kalos cannot do anything. Alright, then he's going to hit me with the Infinite Impermanence, which was really smart, but our Ice Jade has another effect. So if your Ice Jade monster battles an opponent monster, that opponent monster loses 1,000 attack. So that's how we were able to reduce the Kit Kalos to 1,300. Alright, and then I crashed into the Kurikara because I wanted to destroy my own Cosmoclore. So now my Tremora can activate, and my Tremora is, if a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effects while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon one Ice Jade monster from your hand or graveyard. So with this effect we can bring back our boss monster from the graveyard. Crazy, bro. This deck is amazing, bro. I really love this deck. Of course, it's not top tier or anything like that, but when it pops off, bro, it gets popping, bro. If they cannot dismantle us from our lock, then this deck just goes in. It's just amazing. Alright, he's gonna activate another freaking Infinite Impermanence, which is really smart on him. So now my Cosmoclore is going to get negated, which means I cannot attack over the Kurikara. So now I'm a little fucked. I have to be careful here, because my lock is not 100% active anymore. And then here, I actually could have ended the game. I activated my curse a little too early. So I activated the curse when my Cosmoclore got defeated, which I did 1,500 burn damage. But if I would have waited until I killed the Kurikara, it would have been game. Because the Kurikara would have, well actually no, it would have done never mind. It would have still done 1,500, not 3,000. So the curse, this card right here, I guess we can go over real quick. Oh, I did not mean to do that. So you can target when a monster is destroyed by battle involving your Ice Jade monster. You can target one of those destroyed monsters, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So you can burn your opponent very quickly with this card. So it's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, the Cosmo lock is crazy. If they cannot do anything about it, then they're like it's like a 90% win rate. Okay, so he's gonna activate his Shadow. That's alright, go ahead, activate your Shadow. He's gonna bring over the Winda. Okay, then we're gonna special summon the Duel. Then we're gonna activate the field spell to reduce the guitar, and then the Shadow is gonna get reduced. And then also, this card is also fucking crazy too. If this card is special summon, you can banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck equal to the number of water monsters you control. So right now we have 3 water monsters, bro. So that means we banished 3 of his cards, which was another Shadow, a Havnes, and a Ghost Reaper. And then boom, Shadow is sent to the Shadow Realm. See you later. Thank you. Bye bye. Welcome back to our third replay, and I wanted to show this replay specifically because I wanted to highlight the Ice Jade Erosion, because this card doesn't pop up as much, but this card is really valuable as well. So you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, destroy one Ice Jade monster you control, and if you do, negate the targeted card's effect until the end of this turn. So this card is really necessary. Sometimes I play around it, but this is like a back row protection. So if somebody hits you with a Harpy's Feather Duster, evenly matched, or anything like that, you can negate it with this card as long as you have an Ice Jade monster on the field. So I can show you this card in action this game, and I just wanted to show it because this card doesn't get to shine much. So yeah, because I know like having back row protection it's really important for us in this deck, because if the field spell gets crushed or if the Ice Jade curse gets fucked, like then our lock is done, you know. So you have to think about how can you protect our back row, because that's really important. Alright, so we're going to go up against Floowandereez, but we have our lock, so he's not going to be able to do anything. So you see here, he activates the evenly match. So I activate the erosion, and then I have to pop my Agrin. And then upon my Agrin being popped, the evenly match gets negated. So we're still good. And our opponent is still under our lock, so he cannot activate any monster effects. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit just to save some time. Alright. I'm tired of these stinky birds too, bro. I'm just tired of everything. Man, but it feels great, bro. When you beat these top tier decks, you know, with non-meta decks, like, it's just a great feeling. Alright, so I'm going to activate my second field spell so that I can add the Agrin to my hand, because that's another effect that the field spell has. So it says when this card is activated, you can add one of your Ice Jade monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, and you can add it to your hand. Okay, so now with the Agrin, we can normal summon it, and then we can search for our manifestation. Then the manifestation is going to allow us to special summon our creation. And then with the creation and the Agrin, we would have been able to synchro summon into our boss monster. But that's all she rolled. The birds, they won't fly away. They're afraid of the cold, you know what I mean? But it's ironic because, you know, they got a bunch of penguins in that deck and they're afraid of the cold. But what can we say? What can we say, you know? My people, welcome back to our final game. And this one is like a little bonus game. I actually wanted it to add this game to our previous Ice Jade video, but I kind of forgot to add it. So the deck that I used in this specific replay is a little different from the ones that you saw in the first 2-3 duels of this video. So if you want to see the deck list for this specific duel, I'll link it to the old video that I made. But it's essentially almost the same thing. I just changed a couple cards here and there. But also I wanted to show this video as it shows a little combo line that you can do if you don't have like the Cosmo lock or anything. So there's just different ways that you can go about getting your monsters out on the field. So there's like a nice little synchro combo that you can do. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, not let this video go to waste and just showcase it. Alright, and we're going up against Floowandereez. He's going to draw 2, then he's going to excavate and do all his shenanigans. Alright, and I was just waiting for like the perfect time to kind of Ash Blossom him. So I try to negate that field spell as it can be troublesome. Okay, then he's going to activate the Gold Sarcophagus. And then he's going to banish the Robina. Then he's going to evenly match me, so that hurts right there. That hurts a lot. But alright, it's back to us. Alright, we draw our curse, but without the field spell, it's nothing. But now we got the curse and the field spell, so we have 50% lock. It's not fully to its full potential, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Alright, so here I'm just going to fast forward a little bit, just to save some time, as he's just going to do a lot of shenanigans. Activate Dimensional Fissure. Then here I activate the Agrin, because this card right here, I know that he can use my cards as tributes, so I don't want him to do that. So I banish it with the Boss Monster's effect, because I don't want him to use like my any of my cards as tribute. Alright, so we're just gonna fast forward a little bit here just to save some time. You know, he's gonna add all of those banished birds back to his hand. And then he cannot attack over none of my monsters, so he passes turn. He's back to us. Our hand is not that great. I'm gonna flip over. He's gonna hit me with another Book of Moon. Like, bro, come on, man. Alright, so we summon the guitar. Then the guitar is going to change the Igran's level. And then we're going to go into our Marince's Coral Anemone. Then we can special summon our guitar. And then the guitar, it can banish cards off the top of the deck based off how many water monsters we have. So since we have 2 water monsters, we can banish 2 cards from his deck. Then we set Call by the Grave, and that's all she wrote. Alright, he's gonna normal summon Robina, and all of his things is just gonna pop off in the banish zone. He's gonna add all those cards again to his hand. Bro, man, Floowandereez is just so annoying too. I hate dueling against this deck, man. Okay, so then now here I tried to see if he will attack my guitar. So I reduced the guitar to 0 to see if he would attack over the guitar, because I did want my Coral Anemone to be on the field so that I can use its special effect on my turn. But I guess he's a little smart. He didn't take the bait. He goes and attack into Coral Anemone. Alright, so it's back to us. Alright, then we get our Synchro Overtake. We flipped up our monster. He's going to activate. Then we activate our field spell so that we can reduce his monsters by 1500. Then he's going to continue popping off, sending all those birds back to the hand. It's like you banish, get. Like, Jesus, bro. Like, all these decks is just crazy. They just never run out of resources, you know? Okay, with the Synchro Overtake, we can add a Deep Sea Diva to our hand so that we can normal summon it, so that we can special summon another Deep Sea Diva. But it was all in vain. It's all good. And that's all she wrote for the birds. So alright, let's move on to the deck list. What's up, everybody? Alright, welcome to the deck list portion. And before we jump into it, I just want to say thank you all if you made it this far into the video. And if you enjoyed the video, it would really help me out, and I would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a thumbs up. It will help me out immensely. So thank you all, and let's jump into it. So we have 3 Deep Sea Diva. This is usually your synchro combo starter. You're usually going to normal summon this card, and when you normal summon this one, you are going to search for the guitar. And then the guitar is going to banish cards off the top of your opponent's deck, and then you can either target the guitar or the Deep Sea Diva to change its level. So if you want to make a level 7, you'll target the Deep Sea Diva, make it a level 4. And if you want to make a level 8, you'll target the guitar to make it a level 6. So that you can go into either your Draco or your Prima Donna. Okay, then we have 3 Maxis, 2 Ash Blossoms, 1 guitar, 3 Ice Jade Agran. This is our starter for the Ice Jade combo line. So with the Agran, we're either going to search for our field spell, or we're going to search for the Ice Jade Curse, or we are going to search for the Cosmoclore. Whatever we are missing in the trifecta, we are going to try to search it with the Agran. Then we have 2 Tremoras. So this card allows you to special summon a water monster from your hand. And then if a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, and then you can special summon 1 Ice Jade monster from your hand or graveyard. And then we have 2 Ice Jade Creation Egiro Cases. And this card can attach itself to a monster, and then that monster can gain 400 attack and defense for each banished monster that is banished, pretty much. So it's just going to give an attack and damage boost. We have 1 Kaiju, 1 Gameciel. We have 1 Kingfisher. Does the same thing as the Egiro Cases, just that this one is going to allow a water monster to attack in defense position. So you mainly want to attach the Kingfisher to the Cosmoclore because it has a 3000 defense. Alright, and then we have the Cosmoclore, which is one of the key elements to our lock in this deck. And if the field spell is active, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, while the field spell is active, your opponent monsters can only activate when they are summoned. on that turn only. And then if your Ice Jade monster battles an opponent's monster, that opponent monster loses 1000 attack. So really crazy card. And we just have some back row remover, Harpy's Feather Duster, Triple Tactics Talent, just because it's a very versatile card. If we need to draw cards, we can draw. If we need to take an opponent's monster, we can, you know, do that. So it's a really great card to have, especially against Tearlaments, since, you know, Tearlaments love playing on your turn. So if you have this in hand, you can really activate it and do some crazy stuff with it. Then we have 3 Ice Jade Cradle. This is just a searcher for our Ice Jade monsters. And then Manifestation is also a special, it can allow us to special summon an Ice Jade monster from our deck or graveyard. And then also, if an Ice Jade monster leaves the field by an opponent's effect, then we can banish one card that they control. So this card is really great. It's a 3-off definitely. Then we have our field spell. Whenever a monster is normal summon or special summon, you can target one of your water monster, reduce its attack to 0, and then whatever the attack of that monster was, your opponent's monsters also get reduced by the same amount. Also, when this card is activated, you can add one of your Ice Jade monsters that is banished or in your graveyard to your hand. So you can kind of try to recycle resources with it. Then the Ice Jade Curse, which is the third and final piece to the Cosmo Lock. While an Ice Jade monster and the field spell is on the field, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters that were summoned that turn. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving your Ice Jade monster, you can target one of those destroyed monsters, and then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Then the Cosmic Cyclone, just to get rid of the back row. The Call by the Grave, just in case if we get hit with Maxi, Ash Blossom, or anything like that. It's usually for defensive purposes, but you know, we can also banish any card from our opponent's graveyard. Evenly Match and Infinite Permanence, that's sort of our board breakers. And then the Ice Jade Erosion is sort of like a Omni Negate whenever we have an Ice Jade monster on the field. So it's good against Evenly Matched or anything that might want to get rid of our back row. So Evenly Matched, Harpy's Feather Duster, you know, cards like those can really hurt us. Then we have the Egyptian God Slime. I know I really don't get a chance to showcase this card a lot, but this card is really great in this deck because it adds extra protection to our monsters. Then we have the Deep Sea Prima Donna. This is just a key card in our Synchro lineup. Then we have a Stardust Dragon just to help to protect our back rows. We have the White Aura Whale to destroy any attack position monster that our opponents may have. Draco to kind of OTK. Then the Stardust Dragon, it goes hand in hand with the Stardust Dragon. And then, you know, the Barrel on the Floor. These are all very generic cards. Everybody knows what they do. Then we have our Boss Monster. I love this card. It's amazing. And then we have some board breakers. You know, these are all just board breakers right here. I don't really get to use them a lot, but they're really handy. They have their moments here and there. But yeah, that's the deck list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, please leave it down and I'll try to respond to it as quickly as I can. Thank you all so much for your support. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all so much. I'm out. See you on the next one.